Hi there, I'm Rich Lansdowne and I take care of the cloud services for Semtech. Today we're discussing an important and exciting case study where Semtech's Smart Sensing is helping one of the most important transformations of our time in care and assisted living. With staffing crises everywhere and spiraling costs, using simple technology and predictive AI modeling, Archangel are offering what they call a better way. I'm thrilled to welcome the founder and CEO of Archangel, Tom Morton. It's great to have you here, Tom. Why don't you start by telling us a little about yourself and the Archangel story?
Well, thank you, Rich. Great for thanks for the invite and great news on your latest award for smart sensing.
Oh,
Um,
thanks.
so yeah, I'm Tom Morton. I guess my journey has been engineering focused. Started in the military during the 80s as a specialist in communications and electronic warfare systems. And then after leaving the forces, I spent time in Earth remote sensing and in data processing within the space sector. Then I moved on to mobile comms in the mid 90s before discovering telecare in 1998. So it all started when I acquired an interest in a 24-hour telecare monitoring business. And I realized that the government's community care goals could not be achieved with siloed proprietary systems. So that inspired me to try and find a better way, an integrated system that links health, care, and housing to improve lives holistically. And Archangel is the result of that vision. It's a collaborative, tech enabled system that's delivering proactive, human centered care.
Oh, cool. Thanks for sharing that, Tom. So let's start at the start. Perhaps you could take us back through some of the challenges you faced whilst building Archangel.
Oh, yeah, sure. We knew we needed a cloud native solution that was going to address these aging populations, the care staff shortages, and some the public sector budget pressures. The current telecare model, which is buttons and boxes, is pretty reactive and inefficient. Many people just don't press the button when it's needed, or they've misplaced it. Plus, the analog system that it relies on at the moment is outdated. It's now unreliable because of the analog to digital shift, and here in the UK, and we're now facing the analog sunset and a new digital network migration. So even some of the replacement SIM-based solutions are now facing challenges, and they're already going end of life with the 3G shutdown.
Really? Oh,
Yeah, so more recently, there's also the confirmation of the ending of the 2G service, which will cause even more issues. So
whoa.
our goal was to take a proactive approach using national digital infrastructure and an ambient assisted living platform, which incorporates multimedia solutions. And a key component of that is passive sensors to provide live insights. And that eliminates the reactive legacy buttons and the detectors entirely. And what we envisaged was a hybrid of human and AI driven platform to monitor these individual behavior patterns, to detect anomalies and intervene early, like spotting signs of a UTI before symptoms escalate.
Wow, that's certainly ambitious, and
Yeah.
you know what we've witnessed this many times where solution providers like yourselves they create this really clear vision of their needs and immediately hit what I call the maze of complexity before they end up getting stuck in a never-ending cycle of pilot purgatory where they just tried many different technologies and different sensors and never quite get there. So, can you maybe help us understand this complexity and how it affected your team?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, we hit the maze. We tried various sensors, but the ecosystem was fragmented, and each sensor had its own different requirements. And we ended up spending way too much time on identification and integration of sensors instead of focusing on the development of our core features in the platform. So things like AI modeling and data aggregation and cybersecurity. We realized that we needed a partner that can manage those sensors reliably and deliver them at scale. And that's really where Semtech came in.
Right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So when you were looking for help, you know, were you specifically looking for something particular in a partner?
Yeah, I mean, we needed a scalable solution to collect sensor data, and we wanted that to be collected securely and consistently. and without any form of vendor lock-in, because we need to make the customer, have an open choice. We integrated quite a number of sensor use cases, and our resellers deploy small sensor networks across thousands of properties. So what we really needed was a partner who could simplify that configuration and monitoring while letting us focus on our advanced application platform. And for our resellers, we needed a streamlined, hassle-free solution that reduces that complexity and improves the deployment speed and making it easier to scale those operations. And whilst for end user service providers, we needed to also provide a seamless integrated platform and solution that enhances their care delivery and reduces their costs and improves their efficiency.
Right. You know what? That's actually a really good segue into talking maybe a little bit more about our smart sensing service. So perhaps can I ask you to elaborate on how our smart sensing service really fits the bill for your solutions?
Sure. So the Semtech Smart Sensing handles our sensor deployment, the configuration, and all the data normalization that's inside Archangel, which makes all sensors look the same. And that's regardless of the vendor or the network that they are connected to. This frees us to focus on our customers and resellers' needs by building Archangel's core features. Our AI models, the individual risk profiling, the response protocols, and of course, the user-friendly interfaces that support their organization. For example, we've used smart sensing to monitor the resident activity and to predict health care and housing risks, like identifying those early stage UTIs I mentioned, automating bedwetting reports, and identifying mold and Legionella risks. So we're enabling housing and care professionals with accurate real-time data analysis, and it's a game changer for transitioning the industry from a reactive model to predictive care.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds incredible. So, we see that in so many applications these days, using intelligence to improve efficiencies, avoid costs, and particularly in the healthcare segment, helping with that, kind of staffing crisis that we see everywhere. Um, what you describe is sort of a great example of how I see the smart sensing is like a bridge that simplifies the networks, the sensor networks, and keeps them running for you. And, as you mentioned, keeping the focus of your innovation where it really matters for you. So, what's arguably even more important, though, is that you're massively changing, improving outcomes for real people and their entire families.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, and there's one more thing that we really love about the smart sensing, and that's the simple use case based approach. I mean, we only have to come and specify a need like detecting electricity use or monitoring enuresis. And then what your team does is identify compatible devices. And from our point of view, knowing that that device is going to be reliable, as well as the data format and configuration being standardized, well, that's a huge relief for us.
Right, right. That's really good to hear. So, as you know, we believe that there's a lot of value in simplifying the technology stack. That stack creates a lot of extra complexity when developing a solution that requires sensing. So, in order to create a solution, there's then decisions to be made about what sensors to use, what technologies to connect them with, how to make them all work together. And so, we created our horizontal smart sensing platform to integrate multi-technology connectivity, multi-vendor hardware, and then we added a layer of management, aggregation, and data normalization so that solution providers such as Archangel can focus on delivering their value, which is really just in that top layer of the technology stack. And that's exactly what triggered this recent most innovative product award, the hybrid approach of managed horizontal use cases, enabling the vertical solution providers to escape the inefficient and siloed approach that they've done until now.
Exactly. I mean, with smart sensing, we maintain flexibility in the hardware choice. We can scale quickly, and then we focus our resources on differentiating Archangel in the market. That's why we're there. That's why that this works.
Yeah. Honestly, that's a great place to round it up. You're going to differentiate in the market. So thanks, Tom. It's such a great story. I really love it when technology is truly changing lives, as well as, of course, making great business sense. So it's been a real pleasure discussing this with you. I'm certainly looking forward to seeing Archangel's continued impact. So
Oh,
thanks.
thanks. Yeah, thanks, Rich. I mean, listen, just to confirm, it's been great working with you and the team to help develop this, and it's a real privilege to help share our experience with your audience.
Thanks.